when you heal from a trauma bond, the biggest thing you need to understand is that it's possible. A lot of people get caught up in, I don't know if I ever be able to stop thinking about this, ruminating, forgive the narcissist, forgive yourself, all these things that play a factor into your healing journey beginning. I'm here to say to you that it's possible. I've done it. You can manage your mind. You can manage those thoughts. You can work on those thoughts. You can get those thoughts to disappear. The thing is not distracting yourself from those thoughts with other things that aren't helping you not think about it again in the future or being triggered by it as such. You know what I mean? Taking it the time it takes is another thing too. You can't rush this process of healing. It is a daily deposit you have to put into yourself in order to see the kind of results that you want to see when you see other people who've recovered from such a thing. The trauma bond is powerful, though. I'm not going to sit here and act like the trauma bond ain't so powerful to where it makes it hard to recover from, because it does make it hard. It's very hard to recover from the trauma bond, but it's possible. So what I want to discuss is the things that you can do that I recommend you do, that I've done, has helped me get past these thoughts of what happened, why is this, why did I go through this, I did the right thing, I got it, I did the right thing too. Listen to me. Every video that I put out is always to help and bring value to somebody who's stuck with this mindset of negativity, the self-doubt. Narcissists like to cause self-doubt in you. They want you to feel like without them there is no functionality by yourself. You feel me? Without them, you can't, ain't no way, because they've told you who you were this entire time. They've told you how to think, how to dress, how to speak, in the way that they feel is necessary for them to want you around them. See how I worded that? How they want you around them only if you act a certain way. And what you do is you comply. And for most of us, we spend so much time with the narcissist for years at a time that what they say becomes our identity. What they say becomes law, if you rather. What they say is what I should be doing in my life, because obviously I must not be knowing how to do it in my life if they have so much to say about how I've been doing my life. You know what I mean? Those kind of thoughts run through your mind as you're dealing with them, as you get caught up in the trauma bond. Going through every circumstance you've been through, dealing with the new supply, dealing with the flying monkeys, dealing with their unquenchable thirst for attention and, random admiration and entertainment. Yourself is completely wiped out. Once they disappear out your life, i.e. you discard them or they discard you, most of the time they discard you, now you stuck. Now you at ground zero. now you are a kid all over again, low key. Not like a kid, but just like mentally, you need guidance, because you've accepted their guidance. No matter how toxic it was, you've accepted their guidance. I'm gonna say fitness is a way to get through this. It's something that I've used to help me be able to process my thoughts and be able to focus on myself. You want to do things where you focus on yourself, like in a very healthy manner. What's not doing things not focusing on yourself is, I'm gonna go out and about and go to the club and forget about this person. No, don't do all that. You don't need to do that. You don't need to drink away. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may have you, that you usually do to get over things throughout your life. You don't want to revert back through those methods of gaining clarity. At least that's what you thought. You know what I mean? Being able to have a clear mind throughout this process is vital. And stuff like that just clouds it, fogs it, keeps it in that loop, that ruminating, thinking about those times that you can't get answers to because they won't give it to you. You gotta get over that. You gotta get through that. And the way you do that is to focus on things that help make you focus on self. Fitness is one of those vehicles that does that. Because when you want results, when you start to eat right, like you should, when you start to work out like you should, when you start to go for self so that you can feel better, it's at the end of the day, in your healing process, you want to feel better. You don't want to pretend that you're feeling better. You know what I mean? You don't want to artificially make up emotion that I'm better now. No, you have to do the daily process. Think about your thoughts. Think about how positive you want to feel. You have to have a want and a desire to heal from this trauma bond. Otherwise, it's going to always be stuck with you. You're going to always feel like, dang, can people really get through this? Yes. It just takes time and it takes effort and it takes not running away from yourself. I mean that. Don't run away from you. You've ran away from you far enough, long enough. Now it's time to come back. But you got to walk back to yourself. You can't run back to yourself. You got to walk back to yourself. You feel me? And as you do so, you will see a better version of you that you don't recognize because you didn't even know that such a person like this exists inside you. You can't speed this up. You cannot. Every day should be a practice of something, some type of form of healing. And healing doesn't necessarily look like the what they would say manifestation and stuff like that. No, manifestation doesn't work without you actually doing physical work. Reading books that you like, going to go see movies you like, hanging out with the people who pour into your cup. You've been pouring into the narcissist cup and they haven't poured back into you. You know what I mean? You're so empty that you don't even think that that's even possible. You don't even think that you're worthy of such self-validation. You know what I mean? You don't even know how to really believe in yourself because you've relied on them believing in you for you. You went on autopilot dealing with them because they automated your life with what they say do. You know what I mean? And I'm here to tell you that the journey is just that. It's a journey. There's no really like a destination. You just understand over time as you do what is necessary to heal that this becomes a lifestyle for you. That's why I always tell people, like, anybody that I've coached going through your healing journey, this becomes a lifestyle because you've gained that superpower. I really believe that going through narcissistic abuse and becoming this aware of yourself afterwards, you gain a superpower. I really believe in that, straight up, because you probably, it's a high chance you'll probably never become this aware of self-worth unless you go through some stuff like this. Self-worth, I know everybody has a good idea of what that means. Some people don't. But going through this, you start to really grasp what it means to be worthy of looking at yourself in the mirror. For me, when I was going through the circumstance that I was going through, I didn't like how I would see my emotions in the mirror. I didn't like how I would view my body, any of that stuff. That's why I got so heavy into fitness the way that I did, because it allowed me a gateway to really reform my mind. It allowed me to really see what it took to block out the noise and look at things for what it was and look at things that I need to be doing for myself. Without the what should I say? Without the luxury to to rely on the validation from them. Being raised by narcissists, date narcissists. It's a crazy concept, man. How much, once I learned what this was, I didn't really realize how long I've been around it, and also groomed to be and think less than myself when it comes to everybody else. That, like I said, the superpower of knowing, of really understanding what self-worth is what you gain from all of this. I can't stress that enough. Don't take what you went through as a real bad period. Take what you went through as a period of for you to learn what self-worth really means to you, what healing really means to you, how you really view yourself is the most important thing versus how everybody else does. Everybody else will view you the way that you view yourself. The way you treat yourself is how most people is going to treat you. I mean, there's bad people in the world, I got it, but like how you treat yourself is how people are going to treat you. And like I told you, with the narcissist, you've allowed so much disrespect from them. They've lost respect for you. That's why they're still around you, because it's just the ability to control you. Losing that self, they see you losing your respect for yourself, and they lose respect for you as well. And it's hurtful because it hurts your pride, hurts your ego, it hurts your confidence, and you have to rebuild that on your own. And that superpower is becoming aware that you have to do these things. Most people don't really understand that you have to do these things on a daily basis. It's not automatic. It's not automatic. That's why I said this is a superpower to go through this, to heal from the trauma bond. The trauma bond is always designed to make you feel less than, so they can go in and out your life, so that they can feel good about you can't be functional without them. But you've got to be functional without them. You can be functional without them. It's possible. I'm here to tell you it is. You don't need any more validation from people who look down upon you and also project their own insecurities on you. Listen, now let me tell you something else about narcissists. 10 out of 10 times, narcissists project their own insecurities on you. They want you to feel how they think they feel. So when they see it on you, now I can point you out and make you feel like you're the crazy one or the insecure one, when it's really them. Most of the time when you go through your discard and that painful journey of what the hell happened to me, it's a reflection of how they feel within themselves. They want you to take that burden. You know what I mean? That's why they go around people, the flying monkeys, the way that they do, hang out with them, because they know they're not going to be able to do it to them, but they could do it to you. They could do it to you. They do it to people that love them, because to them a form of love is them putting themselves beneath them. You feel me? Your healing journey is every day. Heal. Do things. Move around. Be positive. Think positive. You can think positive. It's not impossible. It's not impossible to have a positive mindset, to have a positive viewpoint. When you say how, you just think better. That's it. It's really that simple. The hard part is being consistent with it every single day. It's simple to start the healing journey. It's the hard part is staying consistent with the healing journey. It's an everyday process. It's not hard to be positive and think positive for yourself. And it's the small things. You don't have to have a monumental. I mean, you can have monumental goals and big goals and stuff like that. But when you start to set these standards for yourself and set these boundaries, and you start to say N-O, hear me, you start to say N-O, that's when you know you're getting somewhere. That's when you know you're allowing yourself grace. You know what I mean? Praying, things of that nature, following what you should be doing for yourself, treating people right, having empathy for people around you, showing up for yourself. All these things that you would deem duh or key or simple, it's not that simple and or duh when you're going through that, because you don't take it serious enough. And I didn't really understand that when I was going through until I started taking it serious. Like, bro, this is not duh. This is real life. You do unto others as they do unto you. But the thing with the narcissist, you just forgive them to forgive yourself. You don't forget. Now, I didn't say that. I didn't say forget. But you forgive so that you can move past it. Build your emotions up. Build your confidence up. Get back to who you were, but a better version of you. Like I said, don't run away from this. Walk back to you. or sorry, you've been running away from yourself with them long enough. It's time to get back to you. It's time to get back to the happiness you felt before you got with them. It's possible. You don't have to sit in this all day, every single day. You don't have to talk about it with people. And most of the time when you talk about this kind of stuff that you went through, most people ain't gonna understand it. They don't hear you. They're gonna always think like, oh, ain't no person that evil. You talk about this person really evil. No, you just don't know what kind of person this is. And I'm just telling you my reality. You're taking it as evil. That's why I said you got to get around. Also, this too, with your recovery journey, you want to make sure that you bring up, if you do bring it up, if you do still want to talk about it, bring it to people who's been through this. You know what I mean? That has some kind of awareness of what narcissistic abuse recovery really is. You know what I mean? Because people will make you feel crazy about what the abuse you've been through. The mental, that make you feel crazy about it or make you feel embarrassed about it because along the lines somebody told them that it's embarrassing and or you should keep it to yourself for going through stuff like this. No, man, you got to talk about this stuff, but talk about it to the right people. That's how you build your confidence back. That's how you build your sense of communication, your sense of I can back. That's what I'm saying. Like you want to build that sense of I can. You can do this. This is not hard. It's just hard to keep up with every single day and do what's necessary without falling off. And again, these tasks, you shouldn't really fall off these tasks. These tasks are really easy to do. For real, for real. It's really simple and easy to do. You just gotta stop thinking that if I think manifestation, it'll happen. No, you have to not only think, but do in real life. You can get through it. You can. Don't allow another day, another month, another week, another year, another decade be ruined thinking about if the narcissist is off into the sunset. Who cares? You know what I mean? There's nothing, even if they are, which in reality, it's a high chance they're not, even if they are, who cares? You got to recover from this. You got to get this back right to deal with life, to be a better, whoever you are to people, parent, to be a better person for yourself. This is possible. Just don't waste time thinking about them anymore. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. The more time that you waste thinking about them, the more they live rent-free in your mind, and the more that when you see them, you're going to always empower them by how powerless you're showing them with your face, your emotions, your energy, what you say about them to other people. You're empowering the narcissist when you do that. That's why I said talk about this kind of stuff you've been through with people who's been through this. Because if you're talking about this kind of stuff with somebody that knows the narcissist, they're going to go back and or unintentionally give this information back to that person, and it's going to empower them. I haven't talked about this yet, but like you can cause narcissistic injuries. I'm not saying purposely do it, but like the ways you do it is don't be triggered by it no more. Don't be triggered by them. Don't be triggered by the thoughts or anything else that make you feel like I gotta think about this. The wound starts when you don't talk to them. That's when a narcissistic wound starts, when you stop talking to them. You've got to stop talking to them. You've got to continue that. You've got to feel like you don't need nothing they have over there. You don't need to know nothing. Who cares? They didn't care about you when they was devaluing you. So why do you care so much now? The healing process is possible. It's simple to start. It's hard to stay consistent with. It's simple to start. It's hard to stay consistent with, but you can stay consistent with it. You can do this for you. There's no amount of any more thought process and or figuring out that you need to do in order to feel like you can get over it. I know you want to get back and get some kind of reaction or figure something else out. Why is this? Why is that? It don't even matter because they don't think it matters either. You have to nullify that because it is being neutral. Like they're not thinking about giving you that, so why are you thinking about it? You got to give yourself the answer. The closure is you left. The closure is and or you're not dealing with them no more. The closure is that you can breathe. The weight on your shoulders of dealing with them is gone. That's the closure. You can free yourself from this by simply just starting to live your life without them, building things without them. You know what I mean? That's how you get your mental freedom from this, your emotional freedom from this. The physical freedom comes from, again, hitting the gym, getting active. I really just wanted to get this message because I know somebody out there is watching this video who needed to hear this. You feel me? So I hope this message finds you well. I'm Fonzie Murph, and I'm out. Peace.